from the day I met him. His enthusiasm about his profession has never waned. And now, just trying to imagine the impact he's going to make. I know what he did in Maryland, I know what he's starting to do at AICA, but it's just really a joy to just begin to think about the impact he will continue to make on the profession nationally and internationally. But before we think about what he'll do in the future, let me introduce you to two people who know Anoop well too, and together we want to tell you a story. So I'd like to invite Anoop's colleague and friend of 22 years, Mauricio Corrado, to join me on stage. When Anoop was president of Science, Systems, and Applications, SSAI, Mauricio was his COO and colleague and sidekick and help. And last year, they both made a decision to pursue a wonderful new opportunity, and we're so happy you're here today. A wonderful new opportunity with Analytical Mechanics Associates AMA. Mauricio is a PhD, so he's really, really smart, like a rocket scientist. And his title is actually Chief Scientist of AMA, and he's part of the news story. So help me welcome Mauricio.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and please continue to enjoy your lunch. I want to thank you for the opportunity to share with you a few words about my good friend, Anoop. I first met Anoop in 2000 when I joined the mid-sized company that he worked at after they won a large NASA contract that I was a part of. I was coming from a major aerospace company with nearly 100,000 employees and a good share of bureaucracy and rigid policies. The transition brought about 200 new employees to the company, and it doubled it in size, which created its own challenges. From the get-go, I was impressed by Anoop's approach. People come first. If you take care of the customer and the employee, success and profit will follow naturally. It's a common saying, many people say it, but Anoop really practiced it, and I was really impressed. And embraced that, and quickly we became good friends. Soon enough, I saw examples such as when one of our new managers marched into his office with a copy of the policies and procedure manual in hand and asked about a particular problem he was trying to solve. And then calmly, said, "Rich, don't ever come to my office with a policies manual. I know what's in it because I wrote it. Instead, tell me what it is you're trying to have happen, and together we'll figure out how to make it happen." And they did. As we started spending time together and tackling challenges, we found we had many things in common. And to this day, we continue to find things that bring us even closer. We both came from very close-knit families, spent time living in different countries than our parents in our youth, and eventually emigrated to the U.S. Up through my college days, I was quite an introvert, and Anoop swears that at that age he was as well. I claim that maybe it was that no Anoop today, sincerely questioned. We both enjoy cooking, and in particular love grilling, and we had quite a number of events where we cooked for our employees and really thoroughly enjoyed that. Continuing with the theme of similar experiences, we both became grandfathers around the same time, a couple months difference. And we really enjoyed sharing stories about how much we love being grandparents. Then about 2 years after that, I came in and told Anoop, I'm going to be a grandfather for the second time. And of course, he was elated for me. But about 3 weeks later, he comes into my office one day and says, "Guess what? Me too." To which my response was, "Anoop, you are so competitive, you also have to compete with me on these." Then, in a bittersweet similarity, we both were very, very close to our fathers. And Within a few months of each other, we both lost our fathers, but we had the good fortune of spending some special time with them near the end. And so that's another bond that we shared. Turning to some of our joint business experiences, over the course of 21 and a half years, we worked together to execute on our existing contracts and to bid on new ones. As we both moved up in the organization until he was the president and I was the chief operating officer. Along with other members of our team, we grew the company 5-fold in size and 8-fold in revenue to about $250 million annual revenue. And together we won contracts collectively valued at over $2.6 billion. But those are not the measures of success that we are most proud of. As we moved into our executive leadership roles, we sat down to assess where the organization was and what we could do to make it even better. Not surprisingly, Anoop's attention immediately focused on people. We agreed that we needed to do a better job developing leaders and increasing the diversity of our leadership team that historically had been focused on PhD scientists with a very homogeneous white male profile. So we set out to change that. We reached across the entire organization and identified 65 individuals, some current leaders, some who had expressed interest or shown potential to grow into leadership roles. We met 2-on-1 with each one of those individuals to talk about their interests, career objectives, and goals. We discussed how to get them ready to accomplish short and long-term goals. The best example of the ensuing success was a discussion with a young lady who aspired to be a leader, but worked in a group where the customer felt that the contractor lead needed to have a PhD and she did not have one. Anoop immediately replied that we could find her a leadership opportunity in a different group or a different contract. Today, she leads one of the company's major contracts and is a corporate vice president. That's the kind of impact my friend is at. Of the 65 leader candidates we identified, 26 were promoted into higher responsibility roles within 2 to 3 years. More importantly, we made significant strides in our efforts to diversify our team. Our stated goal was that any time that we had a leadership vacancy, we wanted to have multiple qualified candidates. Over a period of 3 to 4 years, we tripled the percentage of female leaders from 11% to 31%, and doubled the fraction of minority leaders from 14 to 26%. And many of those individuals have taken on leadership roles in professional and community organizations, following advice that Anoop gave to all of them. Let me wrap up by coming back to family. As you know, Anoop has been extremely successful in both the aerospace and accounting industries. An essential element of that success has been his family. Dina and Nisha and Nikita, and the rest of his family have supported and encouraged him 100%, even when it represented long hours and time away from loved ones. So I want to finish by thanking them for sharing him with us, because that allowed me to develop such close friendship with him. He's like a brother to me. Thank you.